In this video, I'm going to show you how to shoot better videos with your webcam. My number one tip is to add light, to actually light your desk or to light your setup. Right now, I have my paper lantern setup behind my webcam. 2 paper lanterns with 100-watt light bulbs in it, both evenly lighting both sides of my face. And for my webcam setup, that's what I want. Here's the same shot without any video lighting. The webcam tries to brighten up the picture so that it's exposed, but in doing so, it creates this weird digital noise and it just doesn't look good. This is going to look way better than if you record a video without lights, or if you have just the light from your computer screen, a desk light, or the light from the ceiling above. Especially with that light coming from above on the ceiling or behind your head, it's going to create weird shadows that don't look great. So light your webcam. At the very least, turn on your desk lamp. One other tip is to open up a blank white document in Microsoft Word or even Google Docs. Zoom it in so it's filling up most of your screen, and then make sure that you turn up the brightness of your monitor. This can add additional light that will help light your video. Lastly, if you don't have any lights, you can always turn your camera or your desk around or place it in front of a window so that during the day you have nice natural light coming in through there. Place a curtain or a sheet over that window to make it even softer. Obviously, this isn't going to work at night though. One tip is to manually adjust your webcam settings. A lot of people just let it do auto gain for exposure and auto white balance, but you can actually dive into the webcam settings in most applications. With the Logitech C920, it comes with a little application that allows you to adjust things like focus and exposure and white balance. I downloaded this separate application from the iTunes store called Webcam Settings that allows me to do all sorts of other things like exposure time, which is basically shutter speed. All of these things adjust the brightness or the contrast. You can also adjust the saturation if I just want to be black and white or super colorful, the sharpness, increasing the sharpness of my video, or the white balance. You can see here if I want to make it more cool or more warm. Sometimes the automatic white balance of my camera doesn't work properly, especially with different types of light bulbs and the light coming from outside. So here I can automatically adjust everything to make sure it looks amazing. The next thing is to properly compose your video. So you want to make sure that you're eye level with the camera or have the camera just a little bit above eye level. That's going to make it look more natural. I see so many people recording videos with the camera below eye level. It just looks bad. Make sure you put it eye level. Another thing I see people doing by mistake is giving too much headroom. That's the room or the space above my head to the top of the frame. Even though the camera is eye level right now, it just looks awkward. Another one is cutting off the top of your head. It's distracting to the audience and it just doesn't look good. Try to have it so that your eyes are in the top third of your video frame. Break down your video frame into thirds, and if you have 2 imaginary lines, put your eyes on that second line. Place yourself in the center of your shot if you are the main focus. If you are talking directly to camera and you want people to focus on you, put yourself in the center of your screen. You also want to make sure that you're close enough to your webcam. If you're too far, the quality isn't going to be as great. And if you're too close, it can just look kind of awkward. So place yourself a foot and a half away from your webcam because this is the prime focal length, the prime spot for your webcam to focus on you, so that's the sharpest and the crispest it will be. For most of this video, you haven't seen the microphone that I'm using, which is the Heil PR40 Studio mic. It's on this boom arm that's attached to my desk and I can move it around. It does pick up decent audio when it's out of frame, when it's a little bit lower, but it is better when it's close up like this. And there are some times when I want to get the best audio possible, and so having it in frame is okay. I just try to make sure that it's not covering my face or distracting for the audience. And my tip number 3 is to design your background. Whether you want to have a background like this, showing off your personality, of course it looks a little bit different than my regular shot when I'm using my DSLR or a professional cinema camera. It's not as blurry in the background, which I like, But for my webcam setting, I still like to have my photos, my typewriter, maybe a guitar to show off my personality, especially for my YouTube videos, which is really about my own brand. Here's another background option that I have in my office. On another wall, I just have a blank gray wall, and this is great if I do want a cleaner setup. Please, please, please clean up your background. I've seen so many videos, professional videos, online courses, videos that people are trying to sell something where they're sitting in their room at their desk and they've got their unmade bed with clothes on the floor behind them. Just clean up. Even if you're not going to show off your personality or design it, clean up. So these are my top tips for recording with your webcam. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.